So this is off of my debut album, Clean. And this track is called Never Let It Go. And it's actually a waltz.
Okay.
I didn't know that was possible when I was still using it. It's 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, a little more music theory for you, just cuz. This song, there's kind of a 3-song suite that goes together in the middle of the album that tells the story of the rock bottom of my addiction, the point that I talked to you about where, I shot up and didn't get high, knew that something had to change. And then when I went to treatment, not for my family, not to avoid the consequences, but actually for me. So this song's called Never Let It Go.
Never Let It Go.
Feeling like my soul's missing, skin crawling, bones itching, legs shaking and my toes twitching, sweating bullets and it's cold dripping. Feels like been about 3-4 days, every 3-4 minutes. Feeling drained and my eyes heavy, but my heart is racing. I'm beyond restless. My stomach's turning every 5 seconds. Time stands still, mind can't chill even for a minute. Nerve endings coming back to life, tell you how it feel. Every sense at once, coming back from numb. Heart beating fast, pounding like a drum. Finally feel like I ain't gotta run. I accept my fate, take it as it comes. Sensitive to light, eyes tearing up, sneezing like I got an allergy to dust. Doubled over like I'm limping with a crutch. Seconds turn to hours, hours turn to months. I ain't eating none, breakfast, dinner, lunch. Skipping every one, barely even slept. Feeling faint and light, I feel short of breath. Coming back to life, feeling like I'm dead. Feeling like a mile every step, onward though I press. Nothing left, I lost everything I never thought I'd lose. Everything to gain, everything to prove. I feel like I'm lost and exhausted, disoriented and confused. Guess I finally gotta pay the cost and satisfy my debts and settle all my dues. Taking every ounce of strength I have to get up out the bed, get across the room, flip the light, splash some water on my face. This is something that I never thought I'd do. I still feel afraid, but I feel the weight shifting off my shoulders. Now I start to face every single doubt, every single fear. Finally aware, everything is clear. Here and now, seeing how weakness now turns into strength. Voices in my head speaking loud, I ain't listening to them. Broken down, but I know I got a chance to build it up again. This my chance at a new beginning. I'm deciding how it ends. Pain motivates, ain't gonna wait, ain't no debate. Make no mistake, gas never breaks, can't hesitate. Present, future, and the past separate. Lonely and I'm cold, sober and alone. Far away from home and everything I know. I'ma take the way I feel right now, remember it, and I'ma never let it go. I'ma never let it go. I'ma never let it go. I'ma never let it go.
Wow, that's beautiful, brother. That is inspirational. That is moving. That is touching. Thank you so much for sharing that part of your journey. You know, Ben, you have never been shy about sharing your journey from the deepest of lows to the recovery. And as you have said, you're just keeping it real. And I can appreciate that. Why do you think that's important for those who have gone through the disease of addiction to keep it real and share their story?
Because chemical dependency is in itself a front. But it's a front that we put up between ourselves and our true selves, because for me, I didn't want to face my pain. I didn't want to face my insecurity. And I found a chemical shortcut that allowed me to lie to myself and tell me that I didn't have to face it. And the first step of recovery, separate from any sobriety fellowship, is taking the step forward of allowing yourself to be honest with yourself. Mm-hmm. And see, in my active addiction, I thought that, telling the truth was hard work, but in actuality, lying and not keeping it real is 10 times harder. Because when I tell one lie, I gotta tell another 100 lies just to keep that web of lies going. It wasn't like some crazy sky-opening moment. It was like, this is gonna be harder for me to keep using and keep chasing this destructive chemical solution and keep lying to myself than to run towards the truth. I mean, the amount of effort I put in on a daily basis, conning my family, conning my friends, conning my dealers to get me another front, conning the dude at the liquor store being like, hey, let me take some more cash out of the take a penny, leave a penny. I'll be back tomorrow. Conning people at bars, put it on my tab. Overextending myself. It was a full-time job. If anybody tells you that addicts and alcoholics are lazy unless they've won the lottery, that ain't the case. So I work about 10% as hard as I used to work in my active addiction to get through the day. And there ain't nothing sweeter than looking, a person, a camera, or yourself in your reflection straight in the eye and being like, yeah, that's real. Because vulnerability is strength, and that's no cap. People think that strength is building up boundaries and putting out a false persona or just the best, like a selfie, like a social media image of like you being at your very best and your least vulnerable and your sparkling perfect self. But the true perfection and the true beauty is what's inside, and it's what you're trying to hide, and it's what you're trying to hide from yourself. And it's that reality that gives me strength to grow. Because when I confronted those things I was afraid to run from, I was afraid to confront, it just made my life so much better. It made me lighter. It made it easier. It made it so that I wasn't afraid to look at myself anymore. And that's why I keep it real in my speech. It's why I keep it real with my music. And it's why I keep it real with the people around me. Not because it's the right thing to do, although that's part of it, because it's less work and because I'm free.
I mean, just given what your journey has been, right? I mean, from, struggling with addiction to striving for sobriety and working now to sustain that sobriety, what advice would you give to young people coming up in the music industry? As you well know, the entertainment, the music industry, is a challenge for many because there are so many who, get sucked into the temptation of drugs and alcohol in this particular industry. What advice would you give to young musicians who are aspiring to achieve their dreams?
I'd say put your passion over the chemicals, put your passion over the instant gratification, because whenever I see like documentaries about people who pass away from addiction, be it rock and roll, Hendrix, Joplin, hip hop, Juice WRLD, Pimp C, Mac Miller, you name it, the music is always bringing them such joy, but it's just such a shame that, and I was the same way, and I'm always gonna have that tendency to self-medicate and escape, but I say in one of my songs on Clean, the intro to Liquid Fentanyl, I'm still an addict. I'm still a person who struggles with substance use disorder, whatever you want to call it. I just get high off of music now, but I don't think high is the right word. Mm-hmm. I feel at one with myself and I feel at one with everything around me. All those boundaries I put up around myself to protect me, to shield me in, it just evaporates. Because I'm doing what I love. And, there's no price on that. And you don't wake up dope sick after making music. You just want to make more, but it doesn't kill you. It inspires you. And whether you're a woodworker, a musician, a doctor, whether you work at Kmart, it doesn't matter, because passion is bigger than a job. It's bigger than a profession. It's bigger than anything that you can do. It can be helping people in recovery. It can be anything. But specifically for people in the music industry, put your passion first, man. I'm not going to tell you to get sober because that worked for me. That's the way I found a new way of life. And getting sober is the best thing you could do for yourself. But no matter where you are in your struggle, if you're not ready yet, put that passion first, because that might just save your life.
Put that passion first. Well, Ben, you are an example of one who has put his passion first. And you, my friend, are wise beyond your years. And I think that your journey, your experience, from the deepest of lows to where you are today has certainly contributed to you having these pearls of wisdom to share. You can learn more about Ben Lerner on the All Sober platform. Just go to his artist page. Check out Ben Lerner. You can hear more about his journey, his story, and more of his music from his album Clean and other musical gems that he has. You gotta check that out. After all, the All Sober platform, it's everything you need, your friends, your family, to support those who are seeking recovery. That's what it's all about. We're going to destigmatize this disease. We're going to bring about change, and it's going to start here, now, and today, and it's already begun with Benjamin Lerner. Thank you so much, Benjamin, for being with us today.
Thank you so much for having me.